Hey yo, LAZ, Gen Pop Gang in the building. You already snow removal. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you get a notification every time I drop some new fire. Yes! Comment gang, I need y'all to tear this up. You heard? Help me get this algorithm smoking. I need the algorithm smoking. Yeah! If you're not subscribed to that Gen Pop TV page, make sure you go over there and subscribe to Gen Pop TV. You heard? Where you gonna catch marathons and repeats of some of the best episodes on the channel, because you know I got like 700 episodes or something wild and out of control and crazy like that. You heard? Because these dudes grinds ain't on my level. Yeah. Z-Man Suicide Polo with the Ski Man running around the hood like He-Man. Get at me.
Broadcasting live from New York City. It's the hottest channel on these YouTube streets. The best jail stories and hood stories are here. Make sure you subscribe today. LAZ.
Once she did that, nigga, I pulled that car over, pulled that shit to the side, took my seatbelt off, jumped out that shit, and I was like this. My shit ran all the way to motherfucking, who knows where I ran to, nigga. Hey yo, LAZ, Gen Pop Gang in the building, Slim Blunt Gang in the building. You heard what it is. Comment Gang in the building, what's really good. Yo, check it, right? So I told y'all dudes that I was gonna start telling this series of stories called Driving While Black. You heard? And it's about all of the crazy stuff I went through with every vehicle I ever owned. And when I tell you it's craziness, bro. You heard? Now, this is basically a sequel. This story is basically a sequel from the last story I told called The Car Accident. If you ain't never see that story, make sure you type in St. Laz, The Car Accident. You heard? It's a movie. But you know, after that accident, after we had that accident, my wife had an insurance claim and they cut a check for like $7,000 for the Cherokee that she had. That's how much it was worth. And we was happy to get the $7,000. We like, yeah, we going to get another whip. So, now I mean, we went over to Rockaway Parkway, you know, where all the car dealerships is at in Brooklyn on Rockaway Parkway. We went on Rockaway Parkway to go look at whips. Now at this time, me nor my broad knew anything about cars. The Cherokee that we had an accident with, her pops gave her that as a gift, and we ain't know nothing about nothing. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing. You heard? I ain't had no license, permit, none of that. So she did, but I didn't. So we go out to Rockaway Parkway, go looking at some whips. We see the good Explorer. Now at this time, the Explorer that I had was a 2003 Ford Explorer XL, right? And this had to be like 2005 or 6. So we go looking at the joint in the dealership. Might have been 2007. We go looking at the joint in the dealership. We got the whole 7K we trying to put down like clowns, not knowing that we don't even got to put, we could finance that joint with a couple of racks down. We trying to put the whole 7,000. We could have did that with any car, Beam, whatever. Luckily we didn't though. But yeah, we run down on Rockaway Parkway. We we pick out the Explorer. Once they knew we had a $7,000, $8,000 check or whatever we had, they wasn't trying to let us out that dealership. They're like, we gonna make this deal go down. You heard they found us a bank. We got the Explorer, probably had a wild interest rate. We don't know. But, so now we got the Explorer. Like I said, we don't know nothing about nothing now. I didn't know that. You know, this was the current Explorer, this 2003 white Ford. Shit was crispy. Paint job, paint. You know, the paint was still brand new. Everything was still brand new on the car. It was only a couple of years old. But I didn't know nothing about cars, so I didn't know that I had a pretty decent car at my disposal. So anytime people that I know saw the whip, they was like, yo, son, that's you? Yo, that joint crazy. Like, I'd be like, yeah, my wife just copped this and all of that. Dudes was like, yo, son, you doing it? I had no idea that I was doing it with a Ford Explorer. It's not really doing it, but you looking decent and clean in a brand new Ford Explorer, and my shit was looking brand new. You feel me? So now, the joint getting so many compliments when people see it, I'm like, I got to start learning how to drive, bruh. So I'm like, yo, I got to start test driving this joint and get familiar with that vehicle, because you heard I'm a rapper. So it's like, now I got a nice little vehicle that's looking half-ass decent. I be seeing people right now today that be having this same Ford Explorer that I'm talking about, and it be looking decent. So I had it, a 2003 joint, when it was like 2006, 2007. You feel what I'm saying? So it was looking real nice and crispy. So I'm a rapper. I'm like, man, listen, I got to get up in that Tang and drive around that Tang. You feel me? So I do good test driving the whip that day, right? Now, I mean, my wife is headed home to Brooklyn. I'm heading back to 219th, me and my man, right? So she just calls my phone. Yo, some fucking nigga just hit the side of the car and kept it moving. Know what I mean? So I'm like, what? I just left you 2 minutes ago. She like, yeah, as soon as I was, she like, yeah, he busted a illegal U-turn and slammed right into me, and then made a run for it, and then a good Samaritan dude chased him down the street, but he got away. I'm like, oh man, we just got the vehicle. You feel what I'm saying? So I slide over to see, she was like on 225th and White Plains, probably trying to snatch up some good West Indian ingredients from one of the vegetable spots or something. You feel me? So I'm like, yo, I slide over there. I'm like, oh, I see the whip, whole side of that shit dented. I'm like, oh man, you feel what I'm saying? So, you know, ambulance chasing niggas that be trying to get you to sign up for their mechanic spot and their insurance spot and all of that, and they doctors, they pull up on the scene. Yo, you just got into an accident? Yo, man, take my car. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm like, all right, whatever, man. So I'm like, whatever. We took these niggas' cars. You heard? We don't know nothing about accidents. We had that one accident before, and we probably ain't handled procedures correctly with that shit. You feel me? So we don't know the real procedures that we really supposed to be doing. So I take the dude card. I'm tight. I just started hopping up in the whip for the first time, and this shit got wrecked. You feel what I'm saying? I'm heated. So now we got to put this shit in the shop. You heard? We got to put this shit in the shop. I meet the dude who owns the spot. He was a Puerto Rican dude in the Bronx over there by Boston Post Road. I ain't gonna mention his name, but we'll just call him Luigi. You feel what I'm saying? You heard? So I meet the nigga Luigi, and son was a cool dude. You feel what I'm saying? Nigga was a Florida nigga. He was a cool nigga. We was chopping it up. He like, yo, I'ma make it to whereas you ain't got to pay no deductible. You ain't gonna get raped, whatever. Your shit gonna get fixed nice and timely. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, I bet. So in the meantime, in between time, we had got a Malibu, a rental. I mean, the insurance covered it or whatever. We got a bullshit rental, right? The first time we had an accident, we ain't know no better. We ain't even cash in on our rental. We hopping on a bus and train when we could have had a rental. So this time we got the rental. So remember, I don't know how to drive. Now I gotta get up every morning and take my kid to school. You feel what I'm saying? So fact, I'm bugging. At this time, my wife had just got a new crib in the Bronx at 243rd, because what was going on at this time, so she wasn't going home when I left her. She was going back to 243rd, and I was going back to 219, because at the time I was still with one of my baby mothers, and me and her was tight beefing. You feel me? So I was about to make my exit, and my exit was getting my other broad to get a crib in the Bronx too. You feel what I'm saying? So she had got the crib in the Bronx, and I was still at 219 for the time being. But then right after that, I bounced and moved in 243rd with my wife now. You feel what I'm saying? So I was staying in 219th when it happened, but by the time we got the rental and all of that, I had moved in on 243rd. But I was still picking up my daughter and having to take her to school from 219th in the morning. And this was the winter time. So it's freezing 5, 6 in the morning. I'm waking up. It's 10 degrees outside. It's a brand new rental parked in front of my building that I'm not even driving or taking advantage of. I'm walking to the coal-ass train station, getting on the coal-ass train. You feel what I'm saying? So one day I woke up, I came out the building and I had the keys. I had the keys on me to the rental. I looked at that rental. It was freezing. I said, man, listen, man. Remember, at this time, I still don't know how to drive. I said, man, listen. A nigga got to jump into the deep end of the pool. You heard? I said, I can't keep not driving when I got a good rental and all of that. I said, fuck that. I hopped in the rental and I drove to 219th. I ain't know how to drive at all. I just had to learn right there. You feel what I'm saying? So after that one day, that shit started to be the ritual. You feel me? I wake up in the morning, I'm hopping in that rental. No license, no permit, no nothing. It is what it is, you heard? So I'm shooting over there to 219th every day. Shit was a blizzard at this time, mad snowstorm, it was snow everywhere. That's my word, it was mad ice in the streets. My shit ain't know how to drive. I was smashing niggas. I was thrashing niggas' cars on the way to 219th in the morning like this, broom, hitting niggas' bumpers, mirrors. One time I hit a nigga mirror, broke a nigga mirror. I don't even know how to drive. I'm trying to drive on the ice after a mad snowstorm. My brakes is I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know what I'm doing. My shit just ram into a nigga mirror and just take off. I'm out of here, nigga. I ain't got no motherfucking license. I ain't gonna stand here and go to jail. But yeah, I was fucking niggas' cars up. Man. I said to myself, nah, I gotta learn how to drive for real. You heard? 'Cause I'm fucking niggas' cars up out here. Know what I mean? I'm trying to park that shit, smashing a nigga whole bumper. You heard? I'm just fucking nigga shit up. So, word to mother, driving on the ice, that shit, every time I was stopping, this one day, it was so icy in the street, every time I stopped, my shit was sliding like skis. You feel what I'm saying? Every time I stopped, I was sliding into a nigga whip. Boom! You heard? Putting small dents in nigga shit, just keeping it moving. Real talk, bro. It was ugly. But yeah, man, so I started getting better driving, fucking with that Malibu. That shit was a cheap piece of shit, the one that I had. One time that shit got stuck on the curb and I couldn't get off the curb. I'm like, what type of non-powerful shit is this, nigga? Like, my shit stuck on the curb over there on Boston Road like this. That shit just staying still. I'm like, yo, I'm good with this shit. I need that truck back. So we finally got the truck back. You heard, it was no problem. The bro Luigi fixed it up. We ain't pay no deductible. Everything was good. I was like, yeah, I'ma always fuck with this nigga. This nigga Luigi do it up. You know what I mean? So we got the Explorer back. Now we back on the streets. Now here I go. Now I'm busting my ass to go get my license. I think I went and got my license. Now I mean, I don't know how I passed my driver's test. I think the chick that judged my shit, she probably liked me a little bit or something, because I was horrible on the driver's test. So I don't know how they passed me, but they passed me. And my shit got that Explorer. Now I'm hyped, bro. Now I'm feeling like something. Now I'm driving. Now I'm shooting to the field. Now I'm shooting all over the places where I can't get to without no whip. Know what I mean? My shit open off that Explorer. So at this time, bro, like I said, I ain't know nothing about nothing. When I say nothing, I mean I ain't know about no oil changes, no inspections, no tires, no motherfucking air in the tires, no, the gas is empty. I didn't know nothing, bro. You heard? So as I get this car, I'm running this shit into the ground. I'm driving this shit. I'm driving this shit for months. Yo, what's good, my brother? So yeah, man, so for like 6 months, I got this Explorer and I'm running this shit into the ground, my nigga. When I say running it into the ground, I ain't doing no oil changes. You heard? My shit, I ain't putting no antifreeze in that shit. You heard? I ain't doing nothing but washing it. My shit driving that shit all over the earth. Nigga put about 30,000 miles on that shit in like 6 months. You heard? I'm everywhere, nigga. That's all I did was drive all day, every day in that shit. Putting all type of mileage on that shit. Not changing a nothing, nigga. Not changing a nothing. Not putting no air in no tires. Whatever lights was popping up on the dashboard, I'm ignoring that shit, nigga. That shit like pretty Christmas lights to me. I'm like, ooh, blue and green and yellows. You heard? But I ain't changing nothing, my nigga. This world of everything I love. I'm driving this shit for mad long, bro, without changing my brakes. My brake pads is so low. My shit was on metal to metal. I didn't know what the problem was. I'm driving every time I'm stopping, that shit like this. I'm like this, looking around like, what the fuck is that? Son, that's my word. Every time I stop, first it started off with a little, I'm like, uh-oh, my brakes getting a little squeaky. Might have to add some oil to them brakes or something. You heard? Don't know shit. Shit start getting louder. I'm like, damn, every time I stop, I'm hearing a little. After about 2 months, every time I stop, that shit was like this. I'm like this. Damn, man, I gotta get this car checked out. Damn, still driving. Then it got to a point, bro, where the brakes were so twisted, I had to stop like 30. I had to stop like 200 feet. I had to start hitting the brakes before I came to the light. My shit like this. Then it come to a stop. Every single time, nigga. My shit like this. I'm doing 40. My shit doing 40 down a local street. It's light coming, I'm like this. People looking at me like, what the fuck? The fuck is this nigga driving? One time, my nigga, I'm driving and a nigga honking me on the side. I'm like this. He like, burn, burn, burn. I'm like, fuck this nigga honking me for, man? Hating ass nigga hating on the Explorer, man. This nigga hating on the Explorer or something? I rolled my window down. I'm like, what up, my dude? He like, yo, bro, sparks is flying out your wheel every time you stop. I said, huh? He said, yeah, man, I seen you when you stopped at the light. He said it was like fire shooting out your shit. I said, oh, word? I said, all right, bro, thanks for the information. But I still had an attitude. I'm like, all right, bro, okay, all right, your car is more fixed than mine. Okay, I get you. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm self-conscious. I'm on the defensive because I don't know shit about cars, and other men is trying to school me about cars. He like, yo, man, you got to get your brakes fixed. You probably got to change your brake pads. He like, yo, you probably gotta change your brake pads, man. The sparks is coming out. I'm like, all right, my G's. You feel me? Pull off. My shit on that shit for another 2 months. So then check it, right? Son, I'm driving on this shit for like a year and a half. Crazily. My tires is bald, my nigga, because my brakes is fucked up. So every time I stop, I'm scraping my tires down. My shit's is bald. I don't know nothing about cars. I don't know nothing about tires and tread. My shit like this. Scraping them shits up. Them shits is baldy. You heard? So I'm driving around with the bald ass tires. Ain't no oil in this bitch. You heard? If it was some oil, you know, that shit ain't been changed in a year and a half. You feel me? My motherfucking brakes is screeching crazy. Sparks is flying out my shit. One time my brakes was so fucked up. I'm in the Bronx. I'm in the Bronx over there driving down Barnes Avenue, and a dude stops at a stop sign, and I try to stop right quick. My shit wouldn't stop. My shit like, I just hit him from behind. Boom, pause. Hit his shit from behind. Boom. I hop out. Old Jamaican nigga in his car holding the back of his head like, oh. I'm like, nigga, cut it out, nigga. That little ass tap. You feel what I'm saying? Son, I ain't have no license, no insurance, no nothing. I hit that nigga. He like, oh, my neck. I got whiplash. I'm like this. Cut it out, my G's. You know you ain't got shit. I had about $300 cash in my pocket. I had just sold a feature or some shit like that. I had like 300 cash. My nigga, I had to get that nigga that 300 cash so he didn't call the police and make a motherfucking police report, because I would have been in jail. So luckily I had that 300 cash on me, gave that shit to that nigga and kept it moving. I said, I gotta get these motherfucking brakes fixed. Enough is enough. So one day, one of my tires busts or some shit like that, and I go to the tire shop. This is when I was staying in the Bronx still, you feel me? So I go to the tire shop over there on Webster Ave somewhere, and the nigga go get me a tire, and then he come get me. He like, yo. He said, yo, bro. He said, yo, you ain't got no rotors. I ain't know what a rotor was. I said, huh? He said, bro, you don't have no rotors. He said, I never seen no shit like this in my life. He said, you ran, your rotors are gone. He said, if you wouldn't have came in here today to change this tire, you know what would have happened to you? I said, what? He said, you would have been driving on the highway and all four of your tires would have just popped off at the same time. Bloop! And you would have fucked around and died. He said, look at your fucking rotors. The nigga pointed out to me, all four of my rotors was gone, my nigga, down to the inside metal that be on the inside of a rotor. My brakes was so fucked up for so long, I ain't have no form of rotors whatsoever at all. It was only a matter of days before all four of your tires popped off and you crashed some motherfucking where. You heard? I was like, oh shit. I ain't know nothing about nothing, my nigga. I'm just driving the Explorer. Yeah, so I was tight. I had to pay for rotors and brakes. There was some money to pay for new rotors, new brakes, new tires. But I was slowly but surely starting to learn about maintaining a car. You feel what I'm saying? But my shit was still twisted, bro. You feel me? I wasn't doing none of that. I wasn't doing no type of maintenance. But I got them brakes fixed, them rotors. I was back on the road again. So then check it, right? We moving around at these times. We staying on 243rd. 243rd was on the borderline of Mount Vernon in the Bronx. 243rd was the worst. It was pimps and prostitutes and motherfucking... It was a whole different culture. It was a whole different savage culture on 243rd on the borderline of the Bronx and Mount Vernon, man. You heard? That shit was crazy. My building Niggas used to be knocking on my door 4 in the morning looking for dope, mistaking my apartment with a different apartment. Niggas knocking 4 in the morning, yo, just let me get one. Just let me get one. I'm like, yo, bro, this ain't the spot, my nigga, get the fuck out of here. Yo, come on, man, let me get one. I'm like, yo, I gotta get the fuck from over here, bro. So, we was living in that apartment. We was living in 243rd. One day out of no fucking where, the landlord, shit like this is illegal now. No, one day out of nowhere, the landlord just doubled our rent. Like our rent was like $1,400 or something like that. Like our rent was like $1,500. They just sent a notice. Yo, the rent next month will be $3,000. We like, what? Nah, this gotta be a typo. Call a nigga up. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Yo, you sent us some notice, He like, yeah, man. Now I mean, the building's changing. It's going under new management. All these apartments gonna be renovated. They're gonna be $3,000 a month. I said, my nigga, I ain't paying you a motherfucking dime from here on, so see me in court, nigga. Straight up. I ain't paid rent. We ain't paid rent for the next 8-9 months. By the time we went to court, the nigga just settled for getting us out the apartment, and he'll waive the debt just to get us out the apartment. And we got up out of there. And we went to another apartment in Pelham Parkway on Kruger Avenue. I got a whole bunch of stories about Kruger Avenue. You feel what I'm saying? But so now we living over there. Now, this shit over there is parking, aight? This shit over here is parking hell. You feel me? When I say this shit is parking hell in Pelham Parkway, nigga, it ain't nowhere to park. Either you parking your spot at a 7 o'clock meter, or you parking your car somewhere where niggas is gonna break into it. If you think you getting a regular parking spot on the street, your ass better be in the house by 5, 6 o'clock to get that spot. You heard? Cause you're not going out and enjoying your new nightlife and coming home and finding a parking spot in Pelham Parkway. So the parking alone was driving a nigga crazy. I learned my lesson parking at Explorer on dark, weird type of blocks. Niggas was breaking into that shit, doing all type of shit. You feel me? So the parking was strenuous, but then it got to a point where, you know, I'm back taking my kid to school every morning, so I don't mind parking at a meter spot, but I be waking up late and shit. So one day I woke up, I think that's White Plains Road, I was parked at, you feel what I'm saying, at the meter spot. So I go there early in the morning to get up out this spot and go get my kid, but I'm running type late. It's a nigga blocking me in. You heard where I can't get out the spot. So I'm beefing with them. I'm like, yo, bro, you gotta move that joint. Like, know what I mean? What the fuck? Like, niggas gotta get up out of here. Like, you blocking niggas in, niggas gotta go get kids and all of that. So me and the dude start beefing. He like, yo, whatever, you gotta wait like everybody, yo, da-da-da-da. We in the middle of the streets beefing. So I do some angry shit. I said, all right, nigga. I get in my car and I try to squeeze out the spot, and I ain't have enough room, and I ended up wedging my car and his car in between one of the train station pillars. Know what I mean? So now I'm heated, my nigga, and I ain't got nobody to blame but myself. So now I'm fucking tight, cause I done fucked the side of my car up after we just got this joint fixed. I done fucked the side of my car up and hit another car, and I know it's gonna be a big fiasco. So now I hop out, I'm beefing with the nigga again. He like, yo, yeah, stupid, look what the fuck you did, you stupid ass nigga. Oh, bah, I'm beefing with the nigga. So I'm like, nigga, shut the fuck up, bah. I didn't know that this nigga was a CO transporting some dudes to a funeral. You feel me? And they was in a van with the tenant van and all of that. I didn't know none of that. Beefing with this nigga back and forth. This nigga pulls out the ratchet. Know what I mean? Nigga pulls out a service weapon. I said, nigga, I don't give a fuck about your gun, nigga. So now we beefing, screaming, nigga, I don't give a fuck about your gun, nigga. Fuck your gun, nigga. So now I'm like, nigga, I don't give a fuck about your ratchet, nigga. Fuck your ratchet. You ain't the only nigga with a ratchet, nigga. We having a super nigga moment in the middle of the streets, right? So that nigga gets on the jack and calls the cops. Or I might have called them to report an accident, because I know I got to do an accident report. I'm not just gonna drive off the scene and not get my shit fixed. I'm thinking it's this nigga fault, because basically he was like double parked or some shit like that. So I'm like, nah, nigga, we calling the motherfucking police, we making an accident report, and you gonna pay me for this damage on my car, nigga. You feel me? So We call up the police. Yo, yeah, accident right here on motherfucking White Plains Road and Pelham Parkway. Come through. We sitting out there waiting. Them niggas come right away. Usually take an hour to come. These niggas come right away. Hey, what's the problem? We like, yo, man, look, we just got into an accident, got into a fender bender. I was trying to get out. I squeezed and on his shit, boom, boom, boom. I just need my motherfucking insurance. I just need this documented for my insurance so that I get my money to fix my motherfucking car because you fucking double parked or whatever you was doing. So I'm like, yeah, I just want my money because this shit really wasn't my fault. Now I mean, I couldn't get out. I gotta go get a kid from school. What I'm supposed to do? So I tried to squeeze out. You feel what I'm saying? And my shit got hit. So a nigga like, yo, let me get your license and registration. Let me get this dude's license and registration. He get him they shit. He a CO. They already on his side. You feel what I'm saying? Niggas checks my shit. Nigga comes back. Yo, man, your license is suspended. I said, what? I said, nah, that shit gotta be a mistake. He said, nah, look, right here. License suspended. I said, come on, man. He said, yeah, your license is suspended. Your insurance is suspended. He said, yo, I gotta take you in. I said, you gotta take me in? I said, nigga, I gotta go pick my kid up from school. I was like, yo, I gotta go take my kid to school. He's like, yo, there's nothing I can do about it. I gotta take you in. Niggas arrested me on the scene. I was tight. So not only did I make the dumb mistake of trying to squeeze through the nigga's shit and got a hammer backed out on me, now my ass going to jail. You feel me? And my car is fucked up. So they called my wife. My wife had to come pick up the whip. You feel me? And now we got to go through this whole shit again. I went through, now I mean, them niggas let me go from the precinct or whatever. It was a whole fucked up ordeal. But now the whip is fucked up again. And now I got to get the shit fixed again. So who I'ma call? My nigga Luigi. Yo, Luigi, what's poppin', my G's? Yo, listen, my nigga, I got into another accident. I need the same treatment. He like, all right, say no more. You know how I do. Bring it through. So I get the joint towed over to this nigga or whatever. Drove it, however we got it over there. I get the joint to the nigga. So now we get another rental. Now I got another Malibu while my joint is getting fixed by the nigga Luigi in the Bronx over there on Boston Post Road. I got this Malibu and I had the shit for like a month, right? This nigga taking mad long to fix the shit this time. Last time, his service was impeccable. Now, this nigga not picking up his Jag. He talking about, yo, he need an extra 2 weeks. This, that, yo, I'm in Florida, some family, whatever the fuck he was saying. The nigga was taking mad long to get my whip. And I'm like, yo, bro, these niggas only charge, they only cover 30 days on the rental. Like, I need a rental. So he like, yo, don't worry about it. I'm gonna communicate with the insurance company and tell them that I need an extension. You could get an extension on the rental, whatever. So I'm like, all right, whatever, bet. So this nigga taking forever with the car. I got the rental, so I ain't stressing it that bad. I'm driving around and shit, and boom, one day I drive this shit. Like I said, I called the rental spot. I said, yo, man, these dudes ain't ready with my car. I just want to not be driving around and get arrested, whatever, boom, boom, boom. They like, all right, don't worry about it. We gonna put it in the record that we giving you a 2-week extension on the joint. So I'm like, all right, bet. So I'm driving around and shit. I go pick up my man at BK one day. It's me, my other man, and my man from BK that I was locked up with. We was bunkies. You heard? So I'm driving this nigga. We down Bushwick Ave. That's why to this day, I don't fuck with Bushwick Ave. They be pulling black people and Spanish niggas over for nothing on Bushwick Ave. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm driving down Bushwick Ave. We in the rental. 3 black motherfuckers, one that looks Spanish, nigga like me. You heard? We driving down Bushwick Avenue. Out the corner of my eye, I see the police laying at a stop sign. I said, At this time, this was stop and frisk, pull over madness time, where niggas was lawless, these police. You feel what I'm saying? So I seen them niggas out the corner of my eye. I said, them niggas gonna pull us over. That's a fact. We get 2 blocks down, I see these niggas behind us. I'm like, these niggas on our dick, son. They gonna pull us over, my nigga. I said, you good? You got something on you, blah, blah, blah. My man had a bunch of weed on him, I think. One of my mans, he had a bunch of weed on him. But he wasn't driving, I was driving. And sure enough, these niggas hit the sirens. I pull over, I'm like, he like, yo, whose car is this? I'm like, yo, man, this a rental. It's in my girl name. We supposed to have turned it in a month ago, but I mean, at the end of the month, but I got an extension on the shit because they taking long to fix my shit. So they like, yo, well, he like, all right, well, give me your license and registration. Nigga comes back to the car talking about this rental was reported stolen. I was like, reported stolen? I said, nigga, this shit ain't reported stolen. I said, I just spoke to them niggas yesterday, and they said they was gonna put it in the records that they extended it for 2 weeks. He said, listen, man, the shit is coming up stolen. I'm gonna have to take you in. I'm like, shh. He like, yo, step out the car. So I step out the car, me and my mans and shit. You heard the nigga like, yo, listen, any of y'all got a criminal record? All of this shit is racist shit that they can't even get away with nowadays. You feel what I'm saying? He like, any of y'all got a criminal record? I shouldn't even answer that motherfucker. Me and my man was like, yeah, we got criminal records. What about it? They like, oh, see, I knew it. Like, nigga was saying shit like, huh, see, I knew it. How about you? You got a criminal record? And they was talking to my man. My man never been to jail in his life. You heard? Nigga graduated one of the most prestigious high schools. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga ain't had no criminal record, bro. You feel me? So the nigga like, what about you? He like, nah, I never been locked up. I don't got no criminal record. He like, yo, come on, man. Come on, you ain't never been locked up ever in your life? Not for nothing? He like, no, I haven't. He like, I can't believe that, man. What's your name? Let me check. Let me run you through the database. So I say, yo, damn, my nigga. Like, I said, this man is telling you he never been to jail before, never been locked up or in trouble with the law. Cause he black? Is that hard to believe, my nigga? That's some real racist shit. Now, I forgot to mention, this cop that was pulling me over, this nigga was drunk, my nigga. This nigga was drunk and looked like he popped a pill or two. Cause his eyes was dumb diluted and he just was bobbly. You heard him? Like, yo, this nigga drunk, my nigga. Real talk. So I'm telling the nigga, I'm like, yo, officer, call the insurance company and they gonna tell you. They gave me an extension on the whip. Said I ain't riding around in no motherfucking stolen car with 3 niggas in it in Brooklyn late at night. What I look like? You feel what I'm saying? So he like, I don't know, man. I still gotta take you in. So they let my man go and my other man go and lock my ass up, my nigga. Impound the car and take me to the closest precinct in Brooklyn. You feel what I'm saying? Where we was at, in Bushwick, rather. So, I'm tight, my nigga. I'm sitting in a pen. These niggas got like 12 niggas inside of a 3-man pen. Niggas is coming in there tight. Yo, fuck, man, word up, man. Niggas just caught me with a hammer, man. You heard? I'm like, damn, niggas getting caught with ratchets. Niggas is getting locked up for shootings I was hearing. I'm like, damn. I said, yo, nigga like me, I don't know if I was still on parole at the time. Probably was. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? I don't think I was still on parole, matter of fact. Nah, I wasn't. So I'm like, damn, niggas got me in this shit, my nigga. I'm sitting in there for like an hour and a half. I'm hearing different niggas coming in with different cases. I'm like, damn, you know what I mean? I know I'm gonna clear this shit up, so I ain't really worried about it. But these other niggas getting real charges. So the nigga comes back to the cell. Yo, come here, can I talk to you for 1 second? So I come, I'm like, yo, what up? He like, yo, man, I spoke to the insurance company. They said they did give you a two week extension. I don't know why it came up as stolen, blah, blah, blah. He was like, I'm gonna let you go. I'm like, yeah, all right, whatever, nigga. You feel me? I told you the shit wasn't stolen. The nigga lets me go, apologizing and all that shit. I'm like, I ain't even trying to hear that shit. But I played my motherfucking self not suing them niggas. The whole interaction was mad racist and oppressive, and I should have sued them niggas for that whole shit, for locking me up after I told a nigga 100 times that it was a rental. So the nigga lets me go. You heard? I think them niggas kept the rental after that. I think they kept the rental. So now I don't got no car. So now I'm calling the shit out this nigga Luigi. Yo, my nigga, what's goodly? I need my shit. Nigga not answering. I'm leaving all type of voicemails. I'm coming through to the shop ringing the bell. I hear niggas in there, nobody answering. I'm like, yo, this nigga playing fucking games and got my car. So he like, yo, I had to order a piece. I had to order the bumper piece, and and my painter is not in. My painter is out of the country. He gonna be back. I'm like, yo, my nigga, I just need my shit. He like, yo, I'ma try to get you another car that you could loan a car from out the shop, Nigga ain't doing none of that shit, my nigga. I'm blowing this nigga Jack up. This nigga missing in action with my Explorer for weeks. I'm letting a week go by. Like, all right, I'm gonna look at this nigga another week. Hit this nigga, no answer. Another week, hit this nigga, no answer. I'm going to the shop, that shit locked up, gate down. You heard? Every time I go there, gate down. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? My nigga, imagine you paid a nigga. Now, this nigga done got money off of the claim and everything. Imagine a nigga got your car, he done got bread already to fix it, and nigga had your shit for a whole month over the time he was supposed to have it on. I was losing my mind, my nigga. Like this, yo, this nigga gonna give me my fucking car, I'ma kill this nigga. I'm calling this nigga 90 times in a row. I'm like, this nigga gonna change his number. I'm gonna make this nigga get rid of this number. I'm calling a nigga, he not picking up, my nigga. He not picking up. I start thinking of all type of ways to get in contact with this nigga. You heard? You know how I do. I told y'all niggas. You know, I start going into my characters. Had to start going into my characters on that nigga. You feel what I'm saying? I'm calling that nigga phone from a random phone like this. Hello, this is Sam. I'm like, hello, this is Sam Robertson from Geico. Yeah, my client needs his car, and if you don't give him his car, we're gonna probably have to press charges on you. You heard? I'm fronting like I'm insurance niggas. I'm fronting like I'm the motherfucking police. Yeah, this is Detective Manali. Hey, this is Detective Mahone from the 79th precinct, yeah. Listen, you're gonna go to jail, buddy, if you don't give up that Explorer. My shit was doing it all, my nigga. I was doing it all. I was like, yo, hello? Yo, the UPS, I'm outside with the package. Yeah, I'm outside the mechanic spot with the package. Oh, you not there? What time you gonna be there? I bet. That nigga Luigi wasn't fooled by none of that shit. He knew that shit was me, my nigga. You heard? I was having my wife call that nigga, man. Call a nigga, leave a nigga a nice message, man. Call a nigga. My wife like, hey, this is Cheryl. Hey, this is Cheryl. I'm just calling to follow up on, you know, maybe when the car is gonna be ready because I don't have any transportation, you know, and this and that. Nigga ain't hollering back, my nigga. We trying everything, my nigga. You heard? My shit like this. This is the FBI. Where else? We have the building surrounded. We need the Explorer. None of that shit was working, son. That nigga was missing in action. So then I just lost my cool and I just started calling that nigga tweaking. Hey, yo, word to my mother, nigga. Yo, I'ma murder you. I'ma murder your whole family. I'ma motherfucker come to that mechanic spot and I'ma set that shit on fire, nigga. Everybody gonna die. Y'all not in there, right? Alright, so when I set this shit on fire, nigga, then y'all niggas should be good then. Alright, say no more, you faggot. So what you wanna do? I'ma murder you. Next day, I be like, yo, bro, man, look, man, you know, we ain't gotta... Next day I call that nigga, I be like, yo, look, man, look, we got off to the wrong start, man. You know, things happen. I understand things happen. But I just need my car back, my brother. You heard? I just need my shit back. I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to do no harm or cause no harm to you. I just want my car back, my G's. Call me when you get this message. That nigga don't call back. 2 days later, that nigga don't call me back. Nigga don't respond. Next day, yo, I'ma murder you, nigga. Word to my mother, I'm coming through with the Bloods, the Crips, the Kings, everything, nigga. Word to my mother, I know where you live in Florida, nigga. I'ma blow your fucking house up, nigga. Get my motherfucking car to me, nigga. Word to my mother, nigga. I was trying everything, my nigga. I was trying everything, my nigga. Shit wasn't working. Literally, I was doing shit like, yo, my nigga, listen, man, I ran into a couple of dollars, man, you heard? So, you know, I know this car may be hard to fix, you waiting on parts and shit, but I got an extra $500 for you, man, if you speed this shit up and get my shit back. You heard? Holler back at me when you get this message. So every once in a while, Son would shoot a text at me like, yo, my fault, bro. Fucking part didn't come in. I gotta wait another week for a part. Once I get that part and get the paint, the correct paint, I'm at you, my nigga. I promise, it ain't no bullshit. I'm sorry for the inconvenience, bro. I'll never let no shit like this happen again. I'm like this. All right, my nigga. All right, fuck it, man. I wait a week. Call a nigga, yo, what's up? Hey, man, what up, man? It's Laz, man. Calling to see if the part ever came in. No response. 2 days more go by, no response. I start calling that nigga shit again. Yeah, nigga, I'm outside your motherfucking house, nigga. You heard? Fuck that car, nigga. You can have the car now, nigga. I'm outside your motherfucking house, nigga. Where your family and kids is at, nigga. Yeah, I'm out here, nigga. So when you come home tonight, nigga, watch your motherfucking back, nigga. Get me my motherfucking Explorer to me, nigga. I was trying everything, son. Shit wasn't working. Eventually, the nigga finally fixed the shit. The nigga called me like this, yo, man, I ain't gonna be at the shop, but my partner gonna be at the shop. The keys is in there. All you gotta do is go there and pick the shit up. And that's it, man. And I'm sorry for this whole thing. You heard? By that time, I was so stressed and so thirsty and desperate to get my whip back. I just held that shit down like this. Okay. You heard? I just hit that nigga with the Eddie Murphy. Okay. Went and got my shit. I went there, nigga. That shit was gone. Nobody was in that motherfucker. It was a nigga I never seen in my life. He like, yo, that's your car? I'm like, yeah, nigga, you down with this whole shit too, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? Got my shit, drove off, never fucked with that nigga Luigi again, nigga. You heard? So wherever you at, Luigi, it ain't no hard feelings, my nigga. All them threats I was calling you somehow. Nigga, this is the FBI. I'm outside. We got the whole spot surrounded. Now, I mean, I'm sorry about all of that, my nigga, but you had me stressed out and I needed my motherfucking vehicle and you was over the limit like 8 weeks. You heard? So, forgive me, my brother. But, yeah, man. So I got the Explorer back and shit. And now, for some reason or another, I'm driving one of my baby mothers to work every morning. I don't know how I'm taking my kid, then I just started dropping her to work. I don't know how I got trapped off from that, but I started dropping her to work every morning. Oh, what it was is she was working in a mad, terrible neighborhood, and I just wasn't comfortable with her using public transportation to these places. Like, niggas was getting shot and all of that, you feel me? So I was drive her to that spot, pick her up and all of that, right? So me and her, we stay beefing. So one morning, we driving and shit, like we could have a regular morning. We disagree about one little thing, shit hit the roof. You heard? She could be like, peanuts are better than almonds. I'd be like, what? The fuck you talking about peanuts better than almonds? That's why I fucking hate you. So we beefing like that, you feel me? So one morning, we arguing and shit, and shit got crazy. I started getting mad aggressive. Nigga, you know who I am? I'm Saint Laz the rapper. You know a nigga, it be your baby moms or your family that they don't respect nothing you do. Like, nigga, I done been on MTV twice and all of this shit, like, you feel me? Nigga done had songs with your baby moms, your family, they don't give a fuck. So I caught myself this morning like, nigga, I'm Saint Laz. I got videos with Jadakiss and Jim Jones. Shit like that. Like, at that time, I might have not had the videos yet, but whoever I had songs and videos with, I was screaming that out. Nigga, I'm on 30 mixtapes this month. Shit like that. We start arguing and beefing in the middle of the street. Bro, I'd pick up the jack, call the cops. Yo, this dude is irate, he's angry, I feel threatened, blah, 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 blah. So now we in the Explorer. I'm like, yo, I know you ain't calling the cops. She like, fuck that, you want to threaten me and all of that shit? She calls the cops. So now, we in down Webster Ave, somewhere by Webster Projects. You feel me? She calling the cops, yeah, I'm in a white Explorer. We over here on Webster and such and such and such and such. So a nigga like me, I done been to jail too many times. My motto is, never get attached to something so much that you can't leave in 30 seconds flat when the heat is around the corner. From that movie Heat, I know I ain't say that quote the correct way, but that's always in my head when shit get crazy. Never be so attached to something where you can't leave in 30 seconds flat when the heat is around the corner. Nigga, I'm in that whip. I love this white Explorer, but at this time, this shit is twisted too. This shit is falling apart. Fucking the belt keep popping because I don't never have no oil in that shit. Antifreeze shit overheating. I don't know what the fuck is going on. The belt done popped 2 or 3 times. Shit done went crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm sitting in the Explorer. This chick calling the cops. Man, listen, I just caught flashbacks of Rikers Island. Like, I'm not explaining this, and I might have had a warrant or 2 at the time. I'm like, I'm not explaining this shit to the cops and this and that. Them niggas, I'm an ex, them niggas gonna take me to jail. I'm not going through central bookings and none of that shit. My nigga, I jumped up out that motherfucking whip. We sitting right there on motherfucking like 3rd Avenue and something. One of them mad desolate blocks by Webster Projects, Butler and Washington and all of that shit. My nigga, listen. Once she was like, yeah, all right, come. Once she did that, nigga, I pulled that car over, pulled that shit to the side, took my seatbelt off, jumped out that shit, and I was like this. My shit ran all the way to motherfucking, who knows where I ran to, nigga. But I got up out the scene. My shit is when somebody call the cops off you, you gotta get out that precinct. So if that's the 73rd, you gotta just get out of Brownsville, run to Fulton Street and cross Fulton Street and start going up. You feel what I'm saying? Or motherfucking run to motherfucking Rockaway Parkway and cross that fucking highway and get to Canarsie and get up out that precinct. If a phone call done been made about you in a certain precinct, because the next precinct ain't gonna respond to that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, man, listen, I hopped up out that motherfucking Explorer, my shit like this. All I remember, the last memory of that Explorer is me seeing that shit getting smaller and smaller as I'm running down the block. And I ain't never see that shit again, nigga. You heard? Left that shit on the strip, nigga. And I wasn't coming back to get it or none of that shit because I felt like if I came back to get it, the police was gonna be waiting for me. Like, oh, you're Brian? Turn around. You feel what I'm saying? So that shit, I'm like, I'm good. They calling like, yo, you could come get your car. This, that. I said, I'm good. I'm good. The city told that shit. I let the city keep that shit. And what the city does is they'll keep the car. If you don't holler, they'll sell it for you. And then whatever you owe, they'll pay it off with whatever they sold it for. So them niggas actually sold it for a decent amount and paid off whatever tickets, toll fees, whatever the bank, whatever was owed to the bank, they paid all of that shit or whatever they did. And that Explorer was gone with the wind, bro. You heard? That was my shit. I loved it. I mistreated it crazily. You understand what I'm saying? But I had to get up out the door. I had to get up off the scene that day, man. You feel what I'm saying? For the swine locked me up. I wasn't trusting picking that shit back up. Thought it was a setup. So that Explorer was a motherfucker, bro. And that's my first installment of Driving While Black. I hope I ain't forget nothing major with this whole Explorer situation. But that's what went down. You heard my next chapter of Driving While Black will be about the LHS. You heard? When I had the Chrysler LHS. You heard? So y'all stay tuned. This is my new series, Driving While Black. You heard? Holla at me.
DM me for promo. Everything organic. Let me promote you for a whole week.